Hello, it's Chris.
Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to Chris vs. the People. If you're a regular here, welcome back. Today's a new episode, and there's not going to be really a theme to it. Last week, we had people airing out dirty laundry, and this week, there were just some stories in particular that I feel like we need to get on the phone and discuss. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, baby doll. Now, as always, we will be recording an after show on Patreon, patreon.com/Chris Clemens. The after shows, I say it every episode, but really are some of my favorite things that have come out of this podcast because they are absolutely insane. Now, if you're watching the video episodes that we upload on YouTube, youtube.com/@Chris vs. the People, you might see that all of my skin is flaking off because it's that time where, my sunburn is peeling. And I don't remember this as a kid. This isn't like going to be a huge tangent, I promise. But like as a kid, I don't remember sunburns just like consuming my day. Like obviously they hurt, but like when they peel, I pray to God I don't walk by a future crime scene because like my DNA will in fact be there. And then if I did do the crime, well, you're never going to catch me because, no, you probably will. I'm like so stupid, which is why I can't commit a crime. I'll be caught so fast. All right, enough rambling. We're going to get to our first caller, who is Marie. Hi, Marie. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. Now, I need to know, why did a guy shove a table into your crotch over Alfredo sauce?
All right. So this is back a couple of years ago. I was freshly 18 years old, and they finally let me be a server at the local Olive Garden.
Oh my God. Wow. This already took a turn. I thought you were like on a date maybe or something.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I am the server in the situation.
No, you were clocked into Miss Garden, Olive.
Oh, absolutely. Soup, salad, breadsticks. That was me. I was your girl.
Okay. So how did a table end up hitting your breadstick?
So this couple comes in. I have never seen them before in my life, and they both order fettuccine Alfredo with extra sauce. I'm already like, oh God, the kitchen is not going to be happy with this.
Oh my God, the kitchen won't be happy with that. Babe, the janitor who cleans the bathroom will not be happy with that.
Oh gosh, I was praying for them from the get-go. But we get them their extra Alfredo sauce, and they call me over after I bring it over after a couple of minutes, and they say, oh, well, we need more Alfredo sauce. And I go, okay, not a problem. Just let you know, we have a policy where we only give you 2 free ramekins of Alfredo, and after that, we have to charge you for an Alfredo boat.
Whoa, I'm going to call a fucking big old timeout. You get not 1, but 2 ramekins of Alfredo sauce. You're telling me the next thing up is an Alfredo boat?
Yes.
Oh.
A full soup bowl of Alfredo sauce.
Listen, okay, I love creamy sauce more than the next. Not in that way, you fucking pervs. But like, if I have 2 ramekins and then a boat, the boat's sinking, babe. And I'm going with it, unfortunately.
There's no noodles.
No, they literally made like a creamy noodle soup.
Creamy noodle soup. Oh God. Oh no.
The visual in my head is so beige and so gnarly. Anyways, okay, so they got 2 ramekins. You let them know.
Yeah, I bring over their ramekins. I let them marinate for a little bit. They call me back over, clearly not happy with the pasta to sauce ratio still. And so I go, okay, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and ring you up for the boat. Bring out the boat. At this point, they have smothered their plates in Alfredo sauce. I'm talking, I can't even see the noodles underneath that sauce. And of course, they get the extra Parmesan cheese on top.
Oh my God. I mean, I think this might have been their last meal. It has to have been. I mean, what are they, Jeff Bezos? This is not a sustainable practice.
Olive Garden will get you with those carbs.
No, I know, girl. Trust and believe.
But how we get to the crotch meets table part is I bring them over their bill because you know how they're on those little iPad things, so they already have it. They're already looking it over by the end of their meal, and they call me over with a little finger wave. I'm like, hey, how is everything? Everything okay? Everything.
How old are these people, would you say, by the way? Sorry to interrupt.
They had to have been in their 50s.
Okay. This, I probably gave them like 20 extra years in my head. I was really assuming that this might have been their last supper.
Oh God, no, this is probably, I'm talking like after church crowd from like the South. They came in to get some Olive Garden. Oh yeah, we're talking that type of crowd.
Gotcha. I don't know why I was suspecting anything but that.
Exactly. But they have a problem with the fact that there's a $5 charge for this boat of Alfredo sauce, even though I had already told them about the $5 boat of Alfredo sauce. And so I kindly explained, I go, well, yes, I brought you the 2 ramekins and you guys still wanted more Alfredo sauce. So I said, okay, I'll ring you up. That's exactly what I did. And so, yes, it will be an extra $5 for the copious amount of Alfredo sauce that you have on your table there. He was not happy with that. He was like, both of them said, bring me your manager. And I said, okay, I can bring you the manager. That's not a problem. But I'm just going to let you know now that he's going to tell you the same thing. Before I can even finish my statement, this man, almost as if he's trying to get up, shoves the table into me. It goes, like the corner of it goes into my crotch, and I have to take several steps back with the table as he is shoving it into me because the motion of him getting up was so forceful that it just shoved the table right into me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't intentionally say, how dare you get the manager, and then like shove the table into your poo-ha. He like was trying to get up and it slid.
It had to have been somewhat intentional. There's no way that like he wasn't trying to hit me with the table.
Did you press charges?
Oh no, I was, remind you, I was freshly 18. Like I just had no idea how the world worked. I was so apologetic. I ran and got my manager. My manager gave them 25% off their meal. He wrote me up, and I cried my way home.
Your manager wrote you up for that?
Yes. Yes, I got a write-up for not immediately getting the manager and not providing the best customer service in the situation that I could have.
Bro, give me the manager's info. I'm going to dox the fuck out of him. I swear to God.
Oh, please.
No, I'm not going to actually, but like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
They're hungry. They're hungry for Alfredo sauce.
Well, yeah, I was more so talking about your manager, but yeah, okay, back to the little cheesy girls. This is totally unrelated, but was their pasta served in plates or bowls? Like, how did the vessel the pasta came on hold 2 ramekins and a boat of Alfredo sauce?
It's like imagine like a large plate, but it's kind of like curved at the sides, almost like a large bowl, but with like a flat bottom.
Oh my God. Well, that man's bottom is not going to be flat. Let me tell you that one after that meal. Jesus fucking Christ.
And yeah, I never saw them again. Thank God.
No, that is majorly thank God. I mean, that is actually a great piece of advice. If people are giving you a hard time, make their experience horrible and you'll never see them again. Either because you'll get fired or they just won't want to visit there again.
Or just the second somebody's giving you a piece of shit at work, you just got to turn around and walk away, grab the manager, make them deal with it. You don't get paid enough for that.
Honestly, we're going to leave it there. Did anything else happen at the Olive Garden, or was that the worst thing you experienced? I'm afraid to ask.
Oh, yeah. People got engaged. My manager cussed me out because I cried once.
Wait,
yeah,
okay.
I don't even know.
Wait, people, and like this is no disrespect, it's going to sound judgmental, and that's because it maybe sort of is. People got engaged at Olive Garden?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
It was a town affair.
Oh. That's like getting engaged in the Rainforest Cafe. Like, if anything, worse, because like the Rainforest Cafe is really going for like an experience. Olive Garden's like, here's the Epcot Italy that we stole from Florida. Like,
exactly. You're trying to eat your shrimp scampi, and here Martha and Matt are getting engaged over there. What the hell?
Hey, keep it down over there. I'm trying to drink my Alfredo boat.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Wow. I feel like there should be like a real employees of Olive Garden as a show. I don't know. I would watch the fuck out of that.
It's ranked the #1 worst place to work at by servers.
Who held this survey?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. I just saw a TikTok about it.
No, yeah. Yes.
I did that today in my family group chat where I was like, did you know this is happening? Da da da. And my family was like, can you send a link so we can? And I was like, Shit. It was absolutely a TikTok of like some 22-year-old female in her room with twinkle lights and a tapestry on the wall saying this shit. I can't send that.
Oh, but if you turn around and ask them the same question, they'd send you a Facebook link. So it goes both ways.
I wonder if that would happen. I'm going to do a little experiment after I finish this episode. But wow, I'm so sorry about your cooch and just your overall time at the Olive Garden. You're not there still, are you?
Absolutely not. I got my film degree. I got out. We're good.
You said hasta la vista, Olive Garden.
Absolutely.
Period. Good for you. Well, look at this story having a happy ending. Well, not for the people who ate half the world's supply of Alfredo. That was probably the opposite of a happy ending. Now, we will be talking to Marie on the after show right after this about how she had a stoned run-in with a Viner. So stay tuned for that and join the Patreon to watch that, because the way I am so excited for this. Thank you for sharing, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, absolutely. You too, Chris.
Wow. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay, I mean, I've made YouTube videos about my worst jobs, and like, people should be forced to work a service job. It will prepare you for anything and everything, and I swear to God, I'm not the poster child of someone who should be saying this. It will give you so much more patience. I mean, I say that not really having patience, but I'm working on it. You just see it all. I got yelled at by my manager at my job one summer because my salad portions were too big. Basically, like, called me a fat fuck and told me to, like, I guess not eat salad. He was telling me to stop eating salad. This is a really conflicting story now that I think about it. I'm like, was he fat phobic or pro-fat? I guess we'll never know. Now, our next caller is Haley. Hi, Haley. Now, you said that you had your dog cremated in 2021, and then you found out 4 years later that she was never actually cremated?
Right.
Right. So, first of all, I have to thank you for giving me a whole ass new paranoia.
Yeah.
Didn't really need that one. So, how did you find out that your dog was never actually cremated?
Can I give like the tiniest bit of backstory a little bit?
I would love some backstory.
Well, she died in, like I said, 2021, rather like unexpectedly. And we took her, obviously, like they don't cremate a dog at the vet. Like they send them to a different facility where they get cremated if you're choosing to do that. So we took her, and a few weeks later they called us and they were like, you can come pick up her ashes. They, like, you know, the company or whatever, I guess, like ships them back. And we go and we picked up this box that has her ashes in it and a like little dog paw print thing, like all of that stuff. And it was like, okay, all is good. Like we have her. I mean, not all is good. I mean, she died, but like.
Yeah, I was going to say, all things considered, things are good.
Yeah, like things are, it's done with, you know? And so then in April this year, we got a letter from, I live in Pittsburgh, by the way. So from like the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we get this letter that says that I have been identified as a victim in the case of Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Patrick Vereb.
Time out. What the fuck is Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? Do you guys have like a monarchy? What is that?
No, I guess it's just like the state suing a man.
Oh, okay. Less exciting. Got it. You get this letter in the mail like a couple months ago.
Yeah, like 2 months or however long ago April is, like that long ago.
And does it state, like, did you know who the guy was in the lawsuit, like by seeing the name, or no?
No.
Okay.
I knew that it was like a different company that like our vet like sends the animals to get cremated. But the letter basically said, I literally have it like in front of me. So it says there's this like investigation with Eternity Pet Memorials. That's the company that cremates the pets. Patrick Vereb is the owner of that company. I didn't know that. That's just like in the letter.
Got it.
And it says that the investigation into Eternity Pet Memorials revealed that between 2021 and 2024, Patrick Vereb failed to cremate over 6,000 animals. And it was determined that my pet was among those not cremated. And therefore, the ashes that I received from his company are not my pet. Looked into it like a little bit more, like as the case kind of developed. And instead of cremating my dog, she and 6,500 other animals were put into a landfill instead. And so the ashes that I received are considered from, they're calling them like unknown animals. Like it's not determined like what the ashes are that I have, but it's not her. So he's being charged with like a bunch of stuff, like theft by deception, receiving stolen property, and deceptive business practices. In my opinion, like death penalty, obviously.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm Salem calling from the 1700s. Let's burn the bitch at the stake.
1,000%.
I
was so mad, as you can imagine.
I mean, like, I don't even know how you would react to that.
And these ashes are just like in my living room. Like they're just in my living room. And like, what the fuck do you mean? Who is that? Like, hello, who are you?
So is the lawsuit over? Or is it still like being investigated?
I mean, I think they've determined like I think they determined this is like the amount of victims. This is like what's happening. But I don't think there's been like, it's not over. No, I just was like reading it to kind of like catch up on it. And there was some sort of trial that was going to happen in June that I think they moved. So I don't know when it's moved to, but nothing's like I think this dude is just like still roaming about.
What?
Yeah, because it's not, I don't know if he was like, I don't know if you can like arrest someone and be like, you're just in jail until your court date.
Isn't that how it goes?
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, that's what I picked up from like watching Inventing Anna, is they like catch you and then you go in jail and wait for your trial.
Right. Like, so I don't know if he's just been like sitting in there, hopefully rotting.
Do you know how they found this to be?
I have not a clue.
Like, how do they know that respectfully all of these animals went into a landfill?
I'm assuming maybe he like admitted that at some point in like investigating stuff. Like, I don't know how you would know that without like him just like confessing that this is what happened. But also I don't really know or understand how like what like raised a red flag for someone to be like, hey, that doesn't seem right.
That's what I don't understand is like, did someone like have two St. Bernards and then like one of them passed and it got properly cremated and the other one passed and they were like, this is not the same amount of ashes? Like, would you rather not have known this information?
That was a big debate between like me and my mom and my brother, like thinking that was a question that we brought up too. I don't know, because this has been something that's like on the news in Pittsburgh that like people are like, oh, this is just like some awful man again. And then you just kind of turn the TV off. But then whenever it's you and it's your pet, I don't know. I think me knowing it, I can't change anything about it either way.
I mean, totally. Yeah. What's done is done.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think me knowing about it is just the right thing to do. Like, obviously just to tell the families, but I think that's just like an ignorance is bliss kind of situation. And I think I'd rather not be ignorant to it.
Really? That's so interesting because I think about it and I'm like, I would never want to know, like, especially like that my dog went into a landfill. Like, I would much rather just think that like, that's my dog on my mantle or whatever. Like, obviously, this hasn't happened to me, and I pray to God it doesn't happen to anyone. But I think looking at it, I would just feel so, like, even more sad.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was like I grieved her again, you know, like,
yeah,
it felt like she died again. And in the letter, it doesn't say like your pet was actually put in a landfill. Instead, that was like, the letter was just very blunt, like, she was not cremated. You are a victim. So sorry. Here's how you can follow the case. But then there's like other reports that are like on the news, and there's like the fucking attorney general or whatever legal people saying more about what happened, where I found out that it was like these pets were disposed of in a landfill rather than cremated. Like, that's how I found out what happened. And that was kind of my own doing. Like, I looked that up.
Yeah, you sought that out.
Now I need to know, like, where is she?
May I ask a shallow question?
Yeah.
Are you getting a payout?
I don't know. Like, I better.
Oh my God. For the emotional distress? Honey, I would need like $250 for every picture of the dog I had. I would ruin that motherfucker. Oh my God.
I mean, I would imagine that we would at least like get the money back for that was paid for the cremation that didn't happen.
Bitch, you better get like at least triple that.
No, like literally, but like I don't know. It doesn't say. There is like a website on the Attorney General website for Pennsylvania. There's like a link as soon as you go on the website that says Eternity Pet Memorials to like follow it. Like it's a relatively bigger thing, and as like if you kind of state that like you're a victim in the case, you can put your victim statement that is allowed to be like read in the court. And so I'm like, you know, writing out my victim statement. Like I at least am getting to do that. But like, where's like, how do you even, what do you do as like I don't know, like you can't just be like, oh, I'm so sorry that your pet is like it's just like decomposing somewhere.
There should be a payout. I mean, I'm not a professional at all, but like to me, it seems like there should be some sort of compensation that's beyond what you paid for the cremation.
If I didn't get a check, I would at least want to watch the man die.
Oh my God, I'd want to pull the trigger. Oh my.
No, because I had a lot to say about what I would want to do to that man, and I don't know if it's something that should be like, you know, posted to YouTube.
No, it won't be good for you in the future, and it won't be great for me right now trying to be monetized. So let's just leave it up to your imagination, and we're rooting for you, Haley. I hope you get fucking compensated and you get to kill the man.
No, yeah, honestly, and I will report back and like, you know, send a little pic.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well, I don't know if I want a pic of like, honestly, anything except maybe you laying like with money on the bed. Like that's maybe the only picture I'd want.
Yeah. A little selfie with my like 5 million that they better be giving me.
Yes. Oh my God. They better. This is what I'm talking about now. Let's get rich, bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got to keep us updated. And I'm so sorry this happened to you. This is,
Thank you.
I mean, just traumatic to hear about. I can't even imagine experiencing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for calling me about it and kind of spread the word. I've been kind of wanting a way to put out there that like this is a thing that happened. So
well, I always think about that where I'm like, things like that, like cremation, it's like, how do you know what you're getting back? Like, I'm just not that trusting of a person. Like, forgive me if that's wrong, but I would need to like watch it happen. Like, I just feel like you constantly hear stories of that shit getting mixed up. So yeah.
Ooh. Like I'm never cremating a pet again, ever.
Wow. Well, I hope you have a peaceful rest of your day, and I hope you see your day in court.
For real. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. I mean, talk about motherfucking nightmare fuel. What? I definitely feel... Well, okay, this is going to sound insane. I want to get my pets not cremated, but taxidermied. And I know, okay, listen, I know that's insane. And I'm not actually going to because honestly, I would care a little too much about what people thought about that. And also, like, how do you display that? But like, I would want to get my pets cremated, but I'm not a trusting person. I can't believe I just admitted out loud that I want my pets taxidermied. But like, is that, like, it sounds weird because no one does it, but like, think about it. Okay, yeah, we're just going to move on to the next caller. We're talking to Victoria. Hi, Victoria. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. Now, you said that you had a customer die while you were on shift at work?
Yes, I did. This was a few years ago, but yeah, one of the most traumatic parts of my life.
I'm hoping you work at a hospital, ?
No, sir.
Oh my God, you sound so chipper. I'm kind of scared of you. Where did you work when this happened?
Just so it's on the DL, I'm just going to say it was a water spa where people can submerge themselves in spa-like water. We add supplements to the water to enhance their experience. Okay,
so it's not at a hospital. It's essentially at like a spa.
Correct.
Essentially, like a bathhouse.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming they drowned?
No, they did not.
I need to stop assuming things with this story. What happened here?
You're totally okay. So let's just start from the beginning. At this point, it's been a few years and that since this happened, and it was just like any regular day. I believe it was in the summer, and it was very slow. So at this point, it was just myself and my coworker that were on shift, and there was no one else. There's no guests in the facility at this point. We were awaiting for our next guest, which was a group of women that came in. It was two maybe middle-aged women and one very evidently older woman. Like she was like, you know, your grandma, your aunt, like your great Aunt Lucille kind of vibe.
Okay.
She looked very frail, but, you know, she came in, she was chipper, she was fine. So I greeted them when they came in, and everything seemed okay until they signed their forms before we began the tour of the facility. All of our guests get a nice thorough tour before we put them into their rooms and let them have their sessions. This old woman gets up and she immediately falls over on the coffee table. And I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? I immediately go to her and I say, ma'am, are you okay? Do you need to sit down? Do you need a minute, a glass of water, something? She assures me she's fine. Meanwhile, the whole coffee table is in disarray. And I look at the other two women that she is with, and we all give each other like the side eye of like, okay, as long as you say so. So we continue on with the tour.
Wait.
Sorry.
So she just gets up and falls right down on the coffee table?
Yeah. Like, it looked like her legs gave out. And I was so concerned. I was like, are you sure you should be here?
Yeah. Okay. So she then goes on to tour the facility.
And she's attentive and engaged the entire time. So I just put that first incident behind me. I give her the benefit of the doubt of like, okay, maybe she tripped or something.
Yeah, like we can all be clumsy sometimes. Like maybe this just wasn't her like moment.
Correct. So I was just like, let's get homegirl into, you know, her room and get her set up so she can have a nice, enjoyable session. These sessions are about an hour long, and after the tour, we let the guests go into their rooms. They have about 10 to 15 minutes to, you know, disrobe, get into their swimsuits, and then submerge themselves into their pools, their individual pools that they have. All three guests are not in the same room. They're in their own individual rooms.
Why does this place of business sound like it is funded by Jeff Bezos or something? Like this sounds like something straight out of like a sci-fi movie. I'm like, wait, they all have their own private little swimming pools and their own private little rooms with their own private little vitamins in the water?
Yeah, it was mad bougie. It was in a very affluent area, so we had some frou-frou facilities in this way.
No, it definitely doesn't sound like this would be in the poor part of town, for sure. This sounds like some Beverly Hills shit.
Oh, yes. I had no business being there, but it was totally fine because the tips were amazing.
Oh, I bet. Did they make up for a woman dying on the job?
Oh, no, sir. And we'll get into that.
Okay.
These sessions are about an hour long. And what we have, because we need to interact with our guests, heaven forbid there is an issue, we have these intercom systems, so sophisticated. And the entire time, it was fine for the first few minutes. And then maybe about 20 minutes in, we hear some excessive splashing from the older woman's room. And I chime in on the intercom because me and my coworker are like, what is going on? Is she deep diving over there? Is she training for the Olympics? I don't know what's happening. So I intercom and I said, ma'am, is everything okay? We heard some splashing. I just want to make sure you're okay. Do you need one of us to come into the room and check on you? She says, in the most upbeat voice, Chris, I swear to God, she's like, no, I'm fantastic. And I said, okay, enjoy your session. And I log off the intercom. Meanwhile, she could still access us at any point. So, she could still communicate with us however she needs if she does have an issue. Somewhere between the last 30 minutes, this woman dies, and I only know that because once the session concludes at the end of the hour, typically we can hear the guests, there's a little alarm or a soft alarm, I guess, like a little music that plays that people will know it's time to get out. So they redress, and then they come out into the lounge and hang out. Her two guests that she came with came out. She did not. Now, that sometimes happens. Some people like to extend their time because they are paying a premium price for these things. So we didn't have anyone in the next session. So I figured she's an old woman. she might need to take her time. I just allowed her to, do her thing. And about like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes after is when I would normally check in on a guest to see if they're okay after that concludes. But when I went to go check, one of her friends that she was with decided that they wanted to check in on her herself. So I said, okay, maybe she's shy, maybe like they're modest, like they don't want just some stranger like me checking in on them while they're most vulnerable.
Totally.
And so I'm in the room across from where this old woman was enjoying her session. Her friend knocks on the door and is like, trying to check on her. The doors are usually unlocked. Guests can lock them themselves, but of course, in emergencies, we do have a key if we need to unlock it. The old woman's door was unlocked the entire time because her friend was able to go in. And I'm cleaning, like I said, I'm cleaning the room across from her, minding my business for the most part while listening, partially. And then I hear her friend saying the words no one wants to hear while they're on shift somewhere, saying, "Oh my God, they are not breathing." And Chris, at this point in my life, in my personal life, I was dealing with a lot. I was exhausted. I had like 2 jobs. I was going to college, and my home life was absolutely a mess. So I was just really exhausted at this point. So my initial reaction to hearing those words was, oh my God, here we go.
Okay, I mean, let me just tell you, all that other life stuff aside, that is still not something you want to fucking hear at work again, even if you did work at a hospital. It's like,
right.
You are so fair to feel that. I'm listening to this like, oh my fucking God.
As someone with no medical experience too in that regard or training, I was shaking in my boots. I was so scared. I was like, what's happening?
So what did you do?
I took a deep breath, Chris, and I turned around and I went to go assess the situation. And the woman was right. She was pulling her friend out of the pod or out of the pool and was like, she's not breathing. I need help. So I'm like, okay, we need to tail it into high gear. I grabbed my coworker at this point. I try to tell her what's going on, and she's not like responding. So I had to like snap her back to reality. And I'm like, call the owner, call the manager. I'm calling 911. I'm on the phone with 911. I'm doing CPR on this woman, on this guest. I'm doing like chest compressions. I'm doing mouth to mouth. I'm giving her the works. So I'm like, I'm not going to lose my job over this.
Not you describing trying to resuscitate a dead woman as I'm giving it my all.
What else was I supposed to do? I was like,
No, it's admirable as fuck. It's just the way that you are delivering this story is so... Oh my God, this is crazy.
You're having a better reaction than my therapist, so, kudos to you.
How did your therapist react?
She was speechless for like 5 minutes. She's like, I need a break.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm recording a podcast. I can't be silent. I don't have that luxury. So you're on the phone with 911.
Yes, I'm on the phone with 911, and I'm doing CPR on this woman. I'm giving her mouth to mouth, and I'm going to be honest, nothing's happening. So I'm losing hope. We're all losing hope real quick. But while I'm on the call with with the 911 and I'm doing all this, they did say that they dispatched a unit to come to our location. So people were in unit. Help was on the way at this point. So they arrived maybe about like 10, 15 minutes later, and they take the woman out. And I think they called it once they got to the hospital, but it was insane. And I was just kind of like left sitting on like the ground, just in pure shock the entire time. And it's just me and my coworker. Like, the owner isn't there, the manager isn't there. It's just 2 young women having to deal with the situation. It was the most surreal thing. And I actually, at the time, was working with my best friend. He was employed at this facility, but he wasn't on shift that day. So I texted him saying someone passed away in a pool. And he just responds in all caps, LOL, thinking I was joking. Well, he thought I was joking.
I mean, like, yeah, right? That's like,
I guess.
Like, that's like someone working on a bowling alley being like, someone died. It's like, LOL. Like, they lost a game that bad, huh? You're not thinking like, oh, someone actually fucking died here.
Yeah, and like it took some convincing to get him to like be on the same page. I'm like, no, like it actually happened. Like, I'm in shock. Like, I'm like drenched trying to bring this person back to life. It was insane. And I finally get a hold of the owner and the manager. The owner still doesn't come. She's gone. Like, she's just like, I'm in a different town. Like, I'm not worrying about this.
She's like, I just did an enema and I personally cannot use that energy right now for this.
She's like, I did a couple of blinkers and I had a, vodka soda and I'm chilling on the beach. I'm not moving.
Oh my God. Who's the owner? Me?
Literally.
I'm like, that's some shit I would answer as to why I can't arrive to the scene.
I feel like you would have a much better response, but the manager did come and he was amazing. He came and he was like, okay, like, he told me, like, Victoria, go home. Like, there's nothing we could do for anything right now. I will close this place, but we closed the whole entire place. But it kind of gets worse.
How does it get worse than a bitch dying on the clock?
I had to come in the next day and help clean out this pool with the rest of the team because there was only so many of us that worked at this facility.
May I ask what you were cleaning out of it?
So, are we all familiar what happens when someone passes away? What happens to the human body? It's not pretty.
It shits, right?
And it comes up from the top. Like you throw up some bile, whatever's in your stomach exits your body. And also, yes, you threw your colon too. Everything just comes out. So we had to, no one touched that pool that she was in for a full 24 hours until the next day we came in to clean up. So it was bad. And Chris, let me tell you, that is a smell that will never leave my body. That will never leave the core parts of my brain because that is a smell unlike any other. It was so foul. And then on top of it, she as in the owner said that, we can just clean this up, put some bleach in it, and then use it for tomorrow, for like the next day with the rest of the pools that we had. And us collectively as staff looked at her and was like, are you fucking kidding right now? Please tell me you did not just say that we were going to put bleach in this and do our best to clean it out and reuse it the next day.
You're like, a woman is freshly dead and her shit is freshly out. The fuck we are, honey.
I am currently siphoning out a dead woman's shit from a pool right now. The last thing I'm worried about is the next session for the next day. Like, I did not care about this at all. I was like, you're actually wild. Now, the manager, he was trying so hard to keep us upbeat because it was work that had to get done, but we convinced the owner to not use that pool. We decommissioned it completely. No one ever used it ever again. Okay, but
good. The
fact that we even had to convince the owner was actually insane.
Oh my God. Okay, that is worse than dealing with a dead person, is dealing with a dead person's shit.
Yeah.
You're right. That is worse.
Because it's like a reminder now, and oh my gosh, it worked that out a little bit too around the area. And so people would come in being like, did a woman like die in this pool here? Like, I don't want to be in that one. And we're like, oh gosh, like word got out. We were not that we were trying to cover it up, but it wasn't our fault.
No, it's not something like you want to lead with at a place of business. It's like, oh, do you want to slip into the pool a lady died in? Like, that's just not, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. And then there's a little bit more left of this. So with that being said, they said that she died of natural causes. I guess she was just really, really old. And honestly, what a way to go in a nice, relaxing pool like that. So good for her, bad for me, I guess.
I don't know how you're able to laugh that chipperly after what we all just collectively heard.
You got to laugh through the trauma sometimes. Otherwise, you get stuck in the past, I guess.
Are you on SSRIs by chance?
I need to be on something. I am unmedicated.
Oh, no, babe, you sound amazing. Like, you sound like someone who would attend this, like, little chamber pool place. Like, the way I sounds like someone who had to clean up the shit at the chamber pool place. Like,
yeah, 100%, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want to hear any more of this, respectfully. I don't even know what to say. Like, you had to clean out like a human-sized pool of shit.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Not my fondest memory, that's for sure.
And you sound this chipper. I'm gagged.
I mean, time has passed. I've learned to heal from it, and sometimes you just gotta laugh about it. But I guess in your perspective, it's a little. I sound a little cuckoo, so it's totally fine though.
No, I'm not judging you negatively for I'm honestly wildly impressed that you sound like this after experiencing that completely unmedicated.
I mean, I have more stories for you. Maybe I should fill out that submission form again.
Yeah, I thought you were going to start telling them, and I was about to be like, honey, I think we're going through a tunnel.
No.
Oh my God. Well, definitely fill out the form, and I will talk to you again.
All right, thank you so much, Chris.
No, thank you, ? Bye.
I think I'm okay. Bye.
Yeah, I think I have a whole new way of looking at life. There was my life before hearing that story, and then there's my life after hearing that story. I thought the shit that happened to me at work was bad. It was an actual literal well, there were 2 times, but those were my fault. We're going to call our last caller V. Hi, V. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. Now, I hear the kids that you nanny bully you, and most recently, the 4-year-old threatened to, quote, cut you today.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, there's been, an update on that. Yeah, he threatened to kill me today.
Oh my God, what is it with people receiving the most traumatic shit at work and then being able to laugh about it? Do you nanny in a big city or is it a small town? What's the vibe?
I would say in between. It's a small town next to a bigger city. It's upstate New York.
Oh, so they got money.
Yeah, I guess something like that. They just bought some big farm animals. I don't want to give too much away, but
No, you don't have to, but if they bought fucking farm animals, yeah, they're rich. I don't think poor people are buying horses.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're clearly not doing it for the money, but the money's definitely incentivizing this.
I'm doing it for the money. I love the kids.
How many of them are there?
3, which is 2 too many. I have 1, and I tell you 3 is too many.
Wait. Oof. You nanny 3 kids and then you have 1 of your own?
Yes.
Oh my God. Are you mentally good?
I'm going to say probably not.
Oh my God. You're 1 kid's not enough. I'll take on 3 more. How old are the kids that you nanny besides the 4-year-old?
6 and almost 2.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're running a literal daycare.
Yeah, sort of. I actually think about that a lot because, I paid for daycare. I'm damn. I was I get paid okay, but I'm if they were paying 3 times daycare, that would be almost $3,000. It's crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying is you have your own kid on top of taking care of another people's kids. I would have just started bringing my kid to their house and being oh, you got 4 kids all of a sudden.
Oh my God. I feel that would age me a million years. I'd come out the other end looking like Nanny McPhee. It could be that movie, but backwards.
Is that not what you're going through anyway?
I don't know. This job is relatively new since February.
Okay, so why do they keep threatening you and bullying you?
I don't know. It honestly, sometimes it makes me sad because I am so nice to them. I love children, truly, and I am so patient with them. Miss Rachel type shit with them. And I think it's just because they want their mom and dad to be around. I don't think it's super personal. Sometimes I think it's personal. But usually I think it's just oh, you're not mom and dad.
But do you correct them? Do you reprimand them? Are you allowed to do that as a nanny?
I don't know. Their parents do super gentle parenting, it seems so I just follow their lead.
Oh God, it's one of those.
Yeah, their mother is Saint Teresa, so sweet, so kind. I love their mom. We're almost the same age, so it's it's almost funny. And sometimes I have a complex because I'm brown and they're obviously white. So I'm damn, the brown lady taking care of the white lady's kids, and we're the same age, and I'm a single mom, and she's has this farm, and I'm what the fuck is happening?
I mean, I just what the fuck is happening here? I mean, why is this a TLC show in the making?
I know, dude. Okay, so I love the kids, truly. They're awesome. But, today I got spit on. Actually, today's not the first day I got spit on. Today was just, the day, it was, a loogie. And I was the fuck? The other day it was in the car, and they're just spitting towards me in the back seat, and I'm just trying to ignore it. When you work with kids with disabilities, you learn a technique called planned ignore. So, if you ignore a certain behavior, it's supposed to stop. But,
Oh, the kids have disabilities?
No. But I started working with those, so I feel like that mentally prepared me. These kids are just kind of bad.
No, they sound like spoiled fucking brats. I was like, okay, that makes a little, like I'll give them a little more grace if, oh my God, so they're just brats spitting on you?
Oh my God, yeah.
That kid would have caught the fucking backhand immediately. I don't even give a shit. I'm like, if you're going to spit on me, you're acting like an adult and you're going to be treated like an adult. What?
Oh no.
And this is why I don't work with kids, because I would lose my shit.
No, sometimes I get close to it, but then I'm like, dude, I know there's a nanny cam somewhere, and I don't know where the fuck it is. So I'm like, always, sometimes it just be like passive aggressive as fuck, or I'll take one toy from one kid and give it to the other kid and just like pit them against each other or some shit. But
no wonder they fucking bully you, because you're like manipulating them into fighting each other.
Never. Dude, I only do that when I'm at my wit's end. I'm like, oh, look, that one has your toy. Like,
what's the craziest thing that you have seen while nannying? Because one of my best friends was a nanny in New York City, and the shit she would tell me, I think I've talked about it on the internet somewhere before. It genuinely gags me what kids will put grown adults through. And like the adult just has to take it because it's not their kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like the money's decent, and she pays me, like she'll let me go early and still pay me for the day and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, like sometimes like the juice is worth the squeeze, and like I don't know, as much as like they're kids, like they're annoying, but they're kids, and maybe I'm just hoping like they'll grow up and be like a little bit nicer. It's only been a few months.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Oh my God. I'm still not over the juice is worth the squeeze, but that was a very visual metaphor. Well, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck on your nannying endeavor.
Yeah, I need it. No, it's not going to be that bad.
You were threatened to get killed today, were you not?
Oh my God, I know. And I was like, that's not a funny joke. He was like, I wasn't joking.
I didn't think you were joking, for the record. After learning that a 4-year-old threatened to cut you, no, I did not think you were joking.
He had a toy box cutter. I'm like, they make fucking toy box cutters? Who the fuck needs a toy box cutter?
Why?
I was like, what prison movie are you watching?
Something about growing up that I realized is, why do they give kids all of these things that are like children version of adult things? It's like a cash register, a kitchen, it's like, let's give kids like fucking Teletubbies. Like, there's no need for that in the future. And if there is, you should be on maybe a list.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so weird. A fucking Fisher Price box cutter is crazy. So why did they threaten to kill you today?
I think I suggested we go inside and have a water break. I remember we were sitting on the front stoop, and I said, guys, let's go in, get some water, say hi to you, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'll kill you. Like, look, he does, and with a smile on his face. I'm like, some children of the corn.
Well, I mean, that sounds appropriate. You said that they should get water. How dare you?
That's what being a nanny is.
That's crazy. I babysat in high school and like thankfully never dealt with even anything remotely close to this shit. How do you keep your cool during the day?
I think at the end of the day, I come home and have a drink or like take a couple puffs of weed. Like I stopped smoking for a while and then I was like, damn, I'm really stressed.
Yeah, and then you took this job and you were like, okay, we're taking a blinker in the bathroom.
Exactly. I was like, I just need to take the edge off so I can like smile through it.
Oh my God, take the edge off. Girl, you need to bring like some sort of safety item with you. Like, so this is like Naked and Afraid. It's like, bring one item to help you get through it. Like, what the fuck?
I know, sometimes I tell their mom, I'm like, if you come back and I'm tied to a tree, and then she's like, ha, and I'm like, no, I'm like,
you're like, ha, no. Jessica Alba, get your fucking kids and get them together.
Like, can we have a safe word? Like, I feel like I need one. Sometimes they really like, or I don't know. It's just, they do scare me sometimes. Cause like I was patting the baby on the back the other day and then like the sister was like, stop hitting him. I'm like, yo, if you tell your mom I was hitting this baby, I swear to God.
I'm so stressed for you. I'm not going to fucking lie. This sounds like some bullshit I just like know I do not have the ability inside of me to do.
I know, but it's like $25 an hour, and I don't know, that might sound like nothing to some people or like a lot to other people, but from coming from like making like 18 or 17 or 15, like, I don't know, it's decent money, so I'm going to rock with it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I think it's time to ask for maybe a raise, like a 6-month into it raise. Like, hey girl, I've survived 6 months of your kids despite many threats to my life. I'm gonna need $45 an hour, sister. Mwah. No more horsies for you.
Some vacation days. That's what I'm saying.
My God. Well, V, we're going to talk to you on the after show, which we're going to film right after this, because you have an Am I the Asshole regarding 2 men, and I would love to talk some shit. So I will talk to you on the after show in a little bit, and thanks so much for being a part of today's episode.
Yeah, of course, and I'm going to subscribe to your Patreon to see the after show.
Ooh, I'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye. We need to unionize nannies. Like, nannies need to unionize. I am Chris for nannies for unions. Like, the shit that every nanny I've talked to, the shit that they have to go through is not normal. Is not normal. And I feel like most times if the parents found out that their kids were doing that, they would be mortified, pissed, or a combination of the two. Like, you're telling me I have a nanny. I come home and the nanny's like, oh, your kid threatened to cut me today? I'd be like, they what? And then I would have only 2 kids then. I don't know. It's like teaching. That's why I have so much respect for teachers as an adult, because I just know that is not a job I would be able to do or maintain. I know myself. It's like there's some people who are like, I know myself, I don't eat X, Y, and Z foods. I know myself, I do not do jobs with children because I would lose my goddamn shit. As a full-grown adult, when I was obviously in high school, I was like a babysitter, but that was like easy, you know, like nothing's real at that point either. It's like kind of LOL, which maybe is what maybe V's young. That's why she can laugh about this. Like, I'm like fully raging out for her. Wow. Well, that is the end of today's episode. This was a mixed bag and dealt with a lot of death. The people who ate the 2 ramekins of Alfredo and then the Alfredo boat have to be dead by now. Just their heart has had to have given out. The dog cremation or lack thereof, that was pretty dark. We had the customer die on shift, and then we had a nanny threaten to be killed. So I guess today's theme was, pretty fucking depressing. If this is your first episode, go listen to other ones. We've got like 10 or 11 up, and the last couple have been really juicy. This one, the juiciest part was what came out of the dead customer, which rest in peace to everyone involved in that story. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe to Chris vs. the People wherever you get your podcasts. Again, we have video episodes up on youtube.com/@ChrisVsThePeople. Be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as it helps us out greatly. If you want to be on a future episode, fill out the form down below, and I will see you guys on the after show. Bye! Bow. Bum 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 bum. I don't know why I'm singing. Bye.